For this video, we're working on Lesson 2, Basic Photo Corrections. To get started, we're going to move over to our book tutorials and go to Lesson 2. You're going to begin by just clicking the download button of each of these files. The bike file will be extra credit that you can choose to do if you want to, but this video is going to cover the basics of Lesson 2. So before you begin, before you open anything up, we are going to download a new program. We're going to open up this file in a different way. So you're going to click in the black area and you're going to click over on your Launchpad, and we need to download Adobe Bridge. So you probably won't see it here. If you do, you can just go ahead and click and open. If you do not see it, then you're going to click on Other, or just find your Creative Cloud. Open up your Creative Cloud. Then you're going to see if you can see Adobe Bridge in here. Okay, I'm not seeing mine right away, so I'm going to type Bridge, and here it is. Okay, so mine automatically opened. Yours will not automatically open. You're going to have to hit Install and install the Bridge. But it might be already installed depending on if somebody has been at your computer this year. So we have Bridge open. The next thing we're going to do is you want to make sure, just like what we've done before, you want to click on your file that has your ID. Now mine says the beginning of my name, okay, but yours will have your 500 number here. So you click on it, and then you're going to click on the downloads. You can double click it, and this is everything that you've downloaded. You can see that I've downloaded Lesson 1 multiple times. So once you've done that, you're going to double click on your file to get it to open, and it'll open automatically in Photoshop. So here's our file. We've got it open, and we are ready to move on. First step is to save it. And we need to save it in our Google Drive. Right now, we're technically working in our downloads. So you're going to go to File. You have to make sure you hit Save As. Then you're going to go to your Google Drive, My Drive, find your Computer Graphics folder. Okay. Here's mine. Then you're going to go to your book lessons. And now I have an extra folder on mine. Mine says Photoshop, but then you're going to find Lesson 2, or you can just save it from there. But here is where you write your name. And then you put the file number. So this is our lesson number. So this is Lesson 2. Okay, and we are going to hit save and hit OK. So we have Lesson 2 saved here. So the first thing, this is an old photo and we need to crop it down. So I'm going to click on my crop tool, and then this has just a little bit of information on here. You just ignore it. You want to make sure that there's no settings in here. So if there are settings, you can hit clear and get rid of all of the settings. Make sure that this says ratio, and then what we're going to do is you're going to click on your width and height resolution. Here you're going to type 7 IN, that stands for inches. That's going to be the width. You're going to make the height 7 IN, 4 inches. And then here is the pixels. So we're going to type 200 here. And then a little grid appears. Okay. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to click the straighten button. And then a little ruler appears if you move your mouse. You are going to click, hold your mouse button down and drag along this blue line, and that will straighten your image. We're going to take this and we're going to drag it in so that we can get rid of all of the white that goes around the picture. And it's okay to take a little bit off of your picture. Okay? So I just have a tiny bit off. You're going to hit the commit button. This is the commit button. And you're going to click it. And now we've got our image where there's no extra white around it. And it's nicely cropped and ready to alter. Now to see the dimensions of our project, you can go to Image and then Image Size, and that'll show you now you have a document that's 7 inches high, 7 inches wide, and the resolution is 200. So we set those by clicking on our crop tool. We'll hit OK. We need to save our work, so I'm going to go to File, Save, and our work is saved. We really need to get out of this crop tool so we don't have any accidents. So I'm going to click on the Move tool just long enough so that we can get out of that crop tool. Alright, so we need to change the lightness and darkness of this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the Adjustments. And then we're going to click on the Curves. Alright, looks like I needed to double click it. And then we're going to choose the pointer that says Sample in Image to set a white point. So you're going to click on it. And then you're going to click a white stripe on the girl's dress. So if you look really closely, you can click on that white stripe and see how it automatically made it brighter. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go back to the adjustments and we're going to click on the levels. Get rid of that little dialog box. Okay, click the levels in the adjustments panel to add a level adjustment. You're going to drag the left triangle, this one here, under the histogram. This is called a histogram. You're going to drag that left triangle to the right where significant shadow tones appear. So I'm going to click that and drag that in. Whoops. This is the one we need to drag. And you're going to drag that in just to adjust the shadows just a little bit. So we're adding some more contrast in here. And brought it over just a little bit. Okay. Now we're going to drag the middle triangle to the right to adjust the midtones. So we're going to drag that to the right just a little bit. We're going to stop at about 90. So that's 90 right there. We have these adjustments. Now we have these 2 adjustments layers, and we want to get rid of that and make it a permanent part of the background. Okay, so you're going to click on here and you're going to go to Flatten Image, and that takes everything back to where you can just see this. Okay, so now we need to zoom in to increase the clarity. You can use the zoom tool, or you can just double click on that hand tool so you can see it at full screen. In the tool panel, we're going to select the Spot Healing Brush. So if you hover over here and click, you can make sure that this is the Spot Healing Brush. In the options bar, open the brush pop-up panel, and specifically you need to click on this little icon that sets our size. So you're going to click on that arrow, and we're going to set the size to 25 pixels. I just highlighted it and entered it on my keyboard. So 25 pixels. You want the hardness to be 100%. Okay, so I'm going to click out here to get rid of that dialog box. And then in the image window, you're going to drag the Spot Healing Brush down from the top of the crease to get rid of this. So we're going to click and drag down. Whoops, I accidentally. So you can see how I got rid of, I accidentally hit the wrong tool. You can see how it's getting rid of all of that. Okay, keep going. Getting rid of that. Okay, so I'm going to stop this video. We will continue on to the next video.